Have you heard the news? The Euphrates River is drying up, and many believe that this could be a sign of the end of days. For centuries, religious texts have predicted that when the Euphrates River dries up, it will mark the beginning of the rapture. In this video, we will explore what this phenomenon could mean for the world and how it is connected to religious prophecies. Biblical prophecy. The Bible contains numerous prophecies about the end times. One of the most famous prophecies is found in Revelation 16:12, which states that the sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east. This passage has been interpreted by many Christians as a sign that the rapture is near and will take place soon. In the book of Revelation, it is prophesied that 4 angels will be released to bring judgment upon the earth, with one of them causing the waters of the Euphrates River to be dried up, in order to make way for kings from the east. This is seen by many as a sign that the rapture is imminent and that the end of days is near. Throughout history, the Euphrates River has been seen as a symbol of divine power, and it's mentioned numerous times in the Bible as a major geographical feature. In addition to being a major river in the Middle East, it's also a source of water for many countries and an important economic resource. It's no wonder why its drying up would be a sign of something major taking place. While we can't say definitively that this is a sign that the end is coming, it's certainly an alarming development and something we should pay attention to. Furthermore, some biblical scholars argue that this prophecy could point to an invasion of Israel by forces from the east. With tensions high between Israel and Iran in recent years, this prophecy seems even more relevant. We can't know what the future holds, but we can rest assured knowing that God is always in control. We can trust that His plans will unfold according to His perfect timing, whatever they may be. We can comfort ourselves in knowing that He watches over us and cares deeply for each and every one of us. In these uncertain times, all we can do is remain faithful and keep our eyes fixed firmly on Jesus Christ, who promised us eternity with Him when He returns. The Euphrates River. The Euphrates River is one of the most significant rivers in the world, both historically and biblically. It is the longest river in Southwest Asia and the 4th longest in the world, stretching for 2,800 kilometers from its source in Turkey through Iraq and Syria to its mouth in the Persian Gulf. In ancient times, the river served as an important transportation route, providing a path for goods, services, and communication between countries. As such, it has been an essential part of some of the oldest civilizations in the world, including Babylon, Assyria, and Sumer. Religiously speaking, the river is referenced throughout the Bible and is a symbol of divine presence and deliverance. In Genesis 15:18, God promises Abraham that his descendants would be given the land of the Kenites, the Kenizzites, the Cadmonites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Rephaim, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Girgashites, and the Jebusites, stretching from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates. This prophecy was later fulfilled when Joshua led his people into the promised land east of the Jordan River. The Euphrates is also mentioned numerous times throughout Revelation as part of the signs of Armageddon. And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Revelation 16:12. The prophetic implications of this river are thus clear. When it dries up completely, it will mark a time of great upheaval and tribulation on earth. Drying up of the Euphrates. The Euphrates River is a vital source of life in the Middle East, providing water for both agriculture and industry. Unfortunately, the river is now drying up due to several factors, including climate change, overconsumption, and the construction of dams and reservoirs. The flow of water in the Euphrates has decreased by 90% since the 1960s, with some areas of the river seeing only a trickle of water. The decline of the river has led to water shortages in Iraq, Syria, and Turkey, all countries that are heavily dependent on the Euphrates for their freshwater supply. Climate change is one of the primary causes of the river's decline. Increasing temperatures and decreased rainfall have resulted in lower levels of precipitation in the region. This means less water to fill the river and more water being lost through evaporation. The construction of dams and reservoirs has also been a factor, as these structures reduce the amount of water available downstream from them. Furthermore, the overconsumption of water for irrigation and other purposes has further drained the river's already dwindling supply. The lack of fresh water has had severe consequences for local communities, resulting in crop failure, loss of livelihoods, and displacement. For example, communities living along the banks of the Euphrates in Iraq have had to migrate elsewhere due to water scarcity. In addition, fish species such as carp and catfish, which were once plentiful in the river, are now almost completely gone due to a lack of habitat. Pollution has also played its part. Industrial waste and untreated sewage have poisoned much of the water, making it unfit for human consumption. All of these factors together have put immense strain on the ecosystem of the Euphrates River, leading to an uncertain future. Implications of the drying up. The drying up of the Euphrates River is a serious issue that has far-reaching implications for the region and beyond. The Euphrates is an important source of water for both people and animals in the region, as well as being a major transportation route for trade and commerce. The lack of water in the river is already having an impact on agriculture, fishing, and other industries reliant on the river. The drying up of the river could also have serious political ramifications. Iraq, Syria, and Turkey all have claims to the water of the Euphrates, and how they manage the situation could lead to heightened tensions between the countries. Additionally, increased desertification in the region could potentially lead to conflict between nomadic tribes over access to land and resources. The environmental effects of the river's drying up are also concerning. The area surrounding the Euphrates is home to a wide variety of plant and animal life, some of which may be threatened by the changing climate. Furthermore, groundwater reserves in the region could become depleted if there is no surface water available to replenish them. The consequences of the drying up of the Euphrates River are complex and wide-ranging, with implications for people, politics, and the environment. It is clear that this is an issue that needs to be addressed urgently, and a collaborative solution must be found to preserve this vital resource. Governments in the region need to take responsibility for their share of the problem and work together towards long-term solutions that ensure sustainable access to the river's resources. In addition to government action, local communities must be educated about conserving water and encouraged to use it wisely. Finally, economic initiatives must be implemented to reduce the economic burden on those whose livelihoods depend on the river. More efficient irrigation techniques can help improve crop yields while reducing water usage. Efforts can also be made to diversify income streams so that those who depend on the river can find alternative sources of income if needed. Investment should also be made into renewable energy sources such as solar or wind power to reduce reliance on water-intensive power plants. What to expect? The drying up of the Euphrates River is an alarming phenomenon that has caused alarm among scientists and experts, who fear it could lead to the end of days. The implications of the river drying up are serious, as it will significantly reduce fresh water availability for the region. In terms of what to expect, the most immediate consequence of the drying up of the Euphrates River is a decrease in the flow of water for agricultural use, causing a shortage in food production for many countries in the Middle East. Additionally, this could also cause an increase in dust storms, which can damage crops and cause respiratory problems. Furthermore, the reduction in freshwater resources could lead to competition among countries and tribes in the region for access to water, creating an increased risk of conflict. The long-term consequences of the Euphrates drying up could be even more serious. If the amount of fresh water available in the region continues to decline, it could lead to the desertification of large areas, drastically reducing biodiversity in the region and making it difficult for humans and other species to survive there. Furthermore, the current level of water usage is already unsustainable, so if no preventative measures are taken to address the problem, it could lead to even more significant consequences in the future. Overall, the drying up of the Euphrates River is a serious issue that could have far-reaching consequences for not only people in the region, but also for the entire planet. It is important to stay informed on this issue and consider how best to mitigate its effects before they become too severe. Fortunately, some steps are being taken to try and reverse the river's drying up. For example, countries in the region are beginning to implement plans to conserve water resources through better management and improved infrastructure. Furthermore, Efforts are being made to develop better irrigation methods, such as drip irrigation, to reduce the wastage of precious water supplies. Additionally, efforts are being made to restore wetlands around the area, which would improve water retention capabilities and provide additional sources of fresh water. If you found this video helpful, then do like the video and subscribe to our channel. If you have any suggestions, then do let us know in the comment section below. See you in the next one.